Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald, bringing you a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for 2026. Out of the traditional Rider-Waite deck, we have the Eight of Cups coming out with the Ace of Wands. Now, this is a person who is leaving a situation here in this Eight of Cups, right? They're going forward, looking for something that's a little bit more fulfilling. And then this Ace of Wands, this opportunity, this reward kind of comes in for you. So it looks like it's great energy here for you, Gem. I really feel like this is about sacrifice. The word that's coming in for you to kind of define your year is sacrifice, right? This is something that you may not necessarily see initially as something that's good because it's breaking it down. It looks a little bit like a minor setback, right? But it's ultimately for your greater good. And I think that this opportunity that's coming in for you, I actually think that could come in and be there waiting for you, but it's not going to show itself to you until you decide to leave. So that's one of the sacrifices, right? You have to make a decision to take that leap of faith before this can happen. And so I think it's on the verge of coming in. It's just going to require you to make a move. And I think what I hear with that is like, you move, I move, right? Like it's a little bit of an energetic dance that's happening. And it's weird because it feels like you're putting the cart before the horse, right? It's the opposite of what you would normally do. So I think that there's a lot of drama around that, a lot of chaos, a lot of questioning and confusion surrounding your energy, I think, overall with this. But there's this pungency to it, right? This purification, this fire and air just leading to all of this smoke and this purification for you. And it's going to be challenging. There's going to be some negative energy you're going to have to work through, right? But there's beautiful things coming. And I think that you can feel this. It's going to show up, maybe even feeling for you like you're longing for something. And maybe you can't necessarily put your finger on it yet, but you just know there's more, and getting big chills with that, okay? It's going to be a defining moment though for you. I think that when this does happen, I think going forward, you're going to be forever changed. Big chills. Definitely some validation here. So thank you, Spirit, for that. So we have the word also that's coming in is outlast, right? You are who you are. You are authentic in how you present yourself to others. And you were here long before these others kind of showed up for you. And you're going to still be there, true to yourself in the end after this situation has kind of come and gone, after these people have kind of come and gone in your life, right? Know that that's temporary. I do think that with this purification, there's going to be a lot of waves of emotion. And I think it's going to be important for you to just kind of roll with it, right? Allow yourself to feel those emotions like an ebb and a flow in the ocean. Roll with that, okay? I think ultimately that this is going to be feeling like there's childlike energy here with that, where maybe you yourself have had some predictable patterns and behaviors, or others that you are dealing with have had some predictable patterns and behaviors. But I think that overall you're going to be outgrowing that. That's part of that purification, right? You're rising above the situation like the phoenix from the ashes through that purification. And I think you're going to feel like, man, I just ain't got time for that anymore, right? Like you ain't got time for that drama. You ain't got time for those childish games, whatever that is and how that plays out for you. I think the moon is going to be really important for you this year, Gem. I think that it's important for you to kind of maybe even surface level look at the placements in your chart. I think that there's going to be several transits this year through Gemini, but notably speaking, there will be a new moon in June, which is June 14th, and then there will be a full moon, and that one's going to be on November 24th. So towards the end of the year, I think around that new moon time in June, you could be processing a lot of your emotions with communication. You could be connecting better with others or seeking new connections. You're going to be working with some new concepts. There's a lot of growth going on for you behind the scenes. And that's when I think you'll start to really recognize some of the changes in yourself, is that June time. But ultimately at the end of the year there, that November full moon, you could be feeling a little bit more fulfilled. You could have a little more clarity. So whatever you're feeling called to in terms of rituals to kind of honor those markings this year, of those moons in your life, I encourage you to do that however you see fit. So I think this year could also bring a bit of a binding contract, like making something null and void. So things that have happened in the past that you were legally bound by, maybe even perhaps spiritually bound by, a spiritual contract that is coming to an end. Big chills with that. And I think through this all, with that Ace of Wands coming in for you, you will be rewarded. This is a transformation for you. You're going to be rewarded for that transformation. There's, like I said, a lot of things going on behind the scenes. So it may not necessarily look like there's a lot of progress happening, but it's all spiritual level and it's a higher learning. And so there's a lot of stuff changing and you are changing and growing. Okay, so just be patient with yourself through all of that. And Spirit's definitely working on your behalf. So make sure that you're setting those intentions, particularly if you're feeling called to around that new moon in June. Set your intentions, speak your requests, and I think that that could help to come to fruition by the end of the year for you. So beautiful read here for you, Gemini, for 2026. I do so hope that it resonates. As always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.